This video is all about this microphone, and this is the EV, and it's a dynamic mic. Well, my favourite microphones are things like small diaphragm condensers or large diaphragm condensers. But now I've got this dynamic mic on my stand here, and that's one of my least favourite sort of types of mic. So why the hell have I got this on the stand? Well, it's because this is actually quite a bit different to your standard dynamic microphone. This is designed more for broadcast, so I'm hoping that translates onto the saxophone. Not that I'm saying we need bigger sound or fatter sound, but it'll just add a bit more depth to the tone. Now, before I click record on this thing, I had a quick monitor of what this sounds like on my voice, and it does have a bit more of a dry quality to it. But that could also be the preamp that I'm using, because I'm using this one, which is my GA RE320. It's a vintage style preamp. It's based on the Neve. So yes, that's a very good preamp, and it's modelled after the famous Neve preamps. But I'm not going to go into the history of that because it's all about this microphone. So this thing has a very good, what you call, broadcast sound, because that's exactly what it's designed for. I mean, back in the day, there wasn't really podcasting. It was just broadcasting live on the radio. That's what it was for. Can you hear that? It just sounds so silky smooth and nice. So let's give this a blast. So if you've seen my videos in the past, you know I'm going to noodle up and down. Then I'll do the same clip, but I'll add some reverb on it so you can hear what it's like. And then I'll jam along to something. So anyway, I'll speak to you lot after the demo. So there you have it. You just heard this dynamic microphone. And I've got to say, I'm actually a big fan of this microphone. It's got a nice dry sound. If you understand what that means, I don't know. It just means it's a bit more dry and a bit more natural sounding. I also feel that using the GA RE320 adds a bit more colour to the sound. It's not really sort of ruining the sound, it's just enhancing it a little bit. It gives it more of a vintage, realistic vibe. I'm not saying everybody needs to run out and go and grab a RE320 or something similar, but it really does help having a good preamp when you're having a microphone like this, or basically any microphone. It sounds great with a preamp. Well, this microphone, I've now become a huge fan. I'm not really that much of a fan of the RE20. Sorry if anybody hates that. Well, tough. I don't give a shit. But I do like the RE20 on a live situation, just not for recording. So this dynamic microphone definitely gets a big double thumbs up. This is a very, very good microphone. I thoroughly enjoyed using this one. Maybe I'll dig out my RE20 and then, put it side to side, but I've kind of put that to the side because I like the sound of this a little bit more, because I did do a little mini comparison when I was at home and I actually preferred this a lot more than the RE20. But that's just my choice. That's my own personal preference. And before I go, I want to dedicate this tune that I've just played to a very, very famous drummer. I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not mentioning his name. And you know who you are out there. You asked me to do this tune. I did this one just for you on special request. And he's a fantastic drummer and I rate him highly. But he's a great guy and a total legend. But anyway, big thumbs up to you as well. I'll see you soon. And to the rest of you out there, do me a huge favour. Smash that like button. Get that wiggly finger down like that. Clickety click. It puts a huge smile on my freshly shaven head. So anyway, wishing you all the best. And you will catch me definitely in the next video. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. See you later all.